Betrayal, the kind that makes you question every handshake you ever trusted. Imagine you're Clint Harrington, 52 years old, boots cracked from 35 years of Silver Creek Ranch dust. The kind of man who still says ma'am and sir without thinking, who can read a cloud bank like a balance sheet and smell rain 3 counties away, who buried his wife Luann under the same live oak chair in Houston Methodist, the fluorescent lights humming like angry hornets, watching your daddy, Walt Harrington, shrink from a 6'2" oak of a man into something fragile as onion skin. Could photograph bluebonnets in March. And when you turn down the Caliche road that's carried Harrington trucks since 1889, your heart does this weird stutter step because the horizon looks wrong. Where the back 40 should be rolling blonde prairie, knee-high blue stem waving like it's been doing since the Comanche rode through, since your granddaddy Elias Harrington seeded it by hand. After the Dust Bowl with a sack over his shoulder and a prayer on his lips, there are 75 half-framed McMansions, skeletal 2x4s glowing orange in the dawn, diesel generators coughing. Cedar whistles when you were 6, same screen door you oiled yourself last spring with 3. In one that still smells like your childhood, and there, bold as brass on your own porch, stands Lydia. Diamond tennis bracelet flashing like a warning. Then she smiles that private school smile. The one that says I summered in Nantucket and you summered in a tin roof barn with a bucket for a toilet. And purrs. Morning, sugar, your daddy signed the development agreement 2 years ago. Didn't he mention it? She slides a stack of Kinko's copies across the porch rail, cheap paper rough against your calluses, and there it is, Walt's signature, shaky as a newborn foal, dated smack in the middle of the week. He was so doped on morphine, he called the TV remote Mama and asked if the Astros were playing the Cowboys. Your stomach drops through your boots, because Walt would have sooner sold his own marrow than one blade of Silver Creek grass, would have sooner let the bank take the herd than let a stranger pave the creek where you learned to skip stones. You pull the real deed from the gun safe behind the Remington 700 your granddaddy carried in Korea, parchment soft as a hymn book, ink faded but ironclad, sealed with wax that still smells faintly of bees and history, and you say, voice steady even though your hands shake, this land's outlasted smallpox, Sherman's March. Family's safe. He says family's like it's a threat, and you catch the glint of Lydia's white Escalade parked behind the barn, tinted windows up, engine running, exhaust curling like cigarette smoke. From a liar's mouth. That night, you sit on the tailgate of your '98 Chevy, Walt's old Winchester .30-30 across your lap, not loaded, just there, the way some men hold worry stones or rosaries. And you watch construction lights twinkle across your stolen pasture like fake stars, like the eyes of something that's been watching you die slow. The wind smells like rain and diesel. And you realize this isn't about progress. This is about theft wearing a hard hat and a smile. Theft with a law degree and a city councilman on speed dial. So you call Doris Delgado, 67. County surveyor since Nixon was president. Woman who can read a plat map like scripture and hates crooked deals worse than hangovers. Worse than the ex-husband who ran off with the PDA treasurer. You find her in the courthouse basement, fluorescent hum and mildew thick as guilt, surrounded by file cabinets older than Texas A&M, older than the Alamo gift shop, and she lights a Virginia Slim. Dirt, 6 months before your daddy's first cough, before he even knew the word oncologist. Your knees go weak, not from grief this time, from pure, molten rage, the kind that makes your vision tunnel and your pulse drum in your ears like a war chant. You walk your fence line at dusk, Garmin GPS blinking like a heartbeat, photographing every stolen inch, every orange stake like a grave marker, every foundation trench that looks like a scar across the land's face, thunder growling low in the west, and you realize this isn't just about land anymore. This is about every smallholder. Whoever got steamrolled by slick suits and city hall handshakes, every widow who ever lost her home to a signature she never gave. And tomorrow, the fight goes federal. I need you to feel the vice tightening, because Lydia Vanderbilt Hale doesn't blink. She doubles down like a poker player with a royal flush and a loaded sleeve, like a shark that smells blood and water it put there itself. She parks Blackwater Light Guards in tactical vests at every cul-de-sac. Ex-Rangers who look like they're guarding Fallujah, not future cul-de-sacs with names like Serenity Circle and Harmony Bend. And Tranquility Lane, names that mock the chaos they've brought. She spins the narrative faster than a CNN Sheeran. Clint Harrington, unstable widower, danger to children, blocking the American dream. Hoarding land while teachers and nurses need homes. Local Facebook turns into a digital tar and feathering. Posts calling him everything but a war criminal. Memes with his face photoshopped onto. He's the villain in a John Wayne flick. Voiceover dripping with fake sympathy. She spikes his taxes overnight. AG land to commercial. Bill jumps from $12,000 to $89,000. Due in 30 or the county seizes everything. Sells it at auction to the highest bidder, who'll probably be Lydia, wearing a different hat. Preston's assessor buddy, Vernon Pike, shrugs over the phone, says it's just routine, same way a rattlesnake says just passing through before it strikes. Then the sabotage starts. Power lines cut at 2 a.m. with bolt cutters that leave sparks dancing like fireflies. Well, pump poisoned with industrial solvent that turns the water the color of antifreeze. Cattle troughs foaming like rabies, and Lydia's private security caught on Realink trail, Cam doing the dirty work, faces clear as Sunday service. One of them even waving at the lens like he's proud, like he's on the winning team. But Clint ain't alone anymore. Enter Jasper McAllister, 34. Environmental lawyer raised on the next ranch over, Lazy J, till developers bulldozed his childhood home for a Costco parking lot. Guy who put himself through SMU on spite and scholarships. Who still has the scar on his knee from the day the bulldozer took his treehouse. Jasper rolls up in a dented F-150, duct-taped briefcase stuffed with dynamite. Wetland maps showing 40% of Vanderbilt. Meadows sits on federally protected blue vervain marsh. EPA permits never filed. Fine stacking $50,000 a day. Then the mineral bomb. 1889 patent reserves all subsurface rights in perpetuity. Oil. Knows exactly what's down there, lying through her bleached teeth. Jasper flips to the kill shot. Lydia's secret side deal with Lone Star Drilling. $89 million contingent on clear title. Heist, their kids' college funds collateral damage. The counterattack assembles like a heist movie. Dr. Riley Park, wetland PhD who's jailed 3 CEOs, brings water samples glowing with benzene. Malcolm Brewer, petroleum legend, maps every trespassing foundation across Clint's mineral estate. Doris unearths county minutes. 3 pro-development commissioners mysteriously absent the night. Permits sailed through 4 to 3. Phone records show Preston promising future favors like carnival prizes. Meanwhile, Hurricane Delphine brews in the Gulf. Cat 4. Monster aimed square at the Colorado. Noose shows up at dawn with a $5 million wire transfer and a quitclaim deed. Voice cracking. Gray roots showing. Mascara streaking like war paint. But Clint just closes the door soft. Navy power suit. 3 lawyers deep, claiming Clint is an eco-terrorist endangering innocents. Then the feds walk in. EPA agent Sarah Torres, FBI, U.S. attorney, stack of warrants taller than A. Winds, 22 inches of rain, and when the clouds peel back, Vanderbilt Meadows is gone. Just concrete pads and pastel debris floating like confetti in a brand new lake. Lydia's model home? Found upside down in a pecan grove 3 miles away, for sale sign still attached, like a bad joke. But the Silver Creek Ranch house, built on the ridge, 1889 surveyors marked high ground eternal. Wetland labs, and how to fight City Hall without losing your soul. The marsh rebounds faster than anyone predicted. Cattails taller, red-winged blackbirds louder, water clear enough to see. Party, bluegrass, brisket, and Clint telling the story to wide-eyed freshmen. Sometimes the best lawyer wears clouds and carries a hurricane. The families? Class action jackpot. Insurance forced to pay full replacement. Most relocate to honest subdivisions with real flood maps. Clint places a perpetual conservation easement. 847 acres locked wild forever and on quiet. Forever means. Now, before you click away, I want you to wrestle this. Was Clint wrong to let the storm finish what court started, or is there a line where nature's justice becomes vigilante joy? When billion-dollar greed squats on a widow's grief, does the little guy owe the system, or does the system owe the little guy a hurricane? Drop your take, no filter, because sunlight's still the best disinfectant, and the Texas wind never stops blowing.